There's a quiet question many people carry in their chest but rarely say out loud. Why does the person I love feel so close one moment and completely unreachable the next? You replay conversations, analyze silences, and wonder whether you're asking for too much or whether something deeper is going on inside them. This is where the confusion between avoidant attachment and narcissism often begins. From a clinical psychology perspective, these two patterns can look similar on the surface, but internally, they are driven by very different psychological engines. Understanding the difference can change how you interpret your partner's behavior and how much emotional weight you carry as a result. Let's start with avoidant attachment. An avoidantly attached person is not emotionally cold by nature. In fact, many of them feel emotions very intensely. The problem lies in how their brain learned to manage closeness early in life. When emotional needs were repeatedly unmet, dismissed, or punished, the nervous system adapted by learning one core rule: connection is unsafe. Over time, the brain's threat system, especially areas like the amygdala, became activated by intimacy itself. So when closeness increases, their stress response quietly turns on. This is why avoidant partners often pull away right after moments of emotional bonding. Their withdrawal is not a power move, it's a self-soothing strategy. Distance calms their nervous system. Emotional independence feels like safety. In their inner world, needing someone equals vulnerability, and vulnerability equals danger. Now compare this with narcissism. Narcissistic traits are not primarily about fear of closeness. They are about regulation of self-worth. The narcissistic mind is organized around protecting a fragile internal sense of value. Neuroscientifically, this involves a heavy reliance on external validation to stabilize the brain's reward and self-referential systems. Attention, admiration, and control temporarily regulate their internal discomfort. So while an avoidant partner withdraws to reduce anxiety, a narcissistic partner engages or disengages based on whether the interaction is feeding their sense of superiority or control. Emotional unavailability in narcissism is not about being overwhelmed by closeness. It's about prioritizing the self at the expense of mutual emotional reality. Here's a critical distinction many people miss. Avoidant individuals usually feel guilt, confusion, or inner conflict about their emotional distance. Narcissistic individuals typically feel entitlement or justification. One is driven by fear, the other by self-protection through dominance or admiration. Your brain plays a powerful role in how you experience this difference. When you're with an avoidant partner, your attachment system may become hyperactivated. The uncertainty triggers your own stress hormones, especially cortisol, which makes you ruminate, overinterpret, and emotionally chase clarity. This is not weakness, it's biology. Your nervous system is trying to restore emotional safety. But when the partner is narcissistic, the emotional confusion often deepens over time rather than resolving. That's because narcissistic dynamics disrupt your sense of reality. Gaslighting, inconsistency, and subtle invalidation can dysregulate your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for perspective and emotional regulation, leaving you feeling chronically unstable and self-doubting. This understanding allows a powerful mindset shift. Instead of asking, "Why am I not enough to make them open up?" you can ask, "What pattern is being activated here? And what does my nervous system need right now?" That shift moves you from self-blame to self-regulation. If you're dealing with avoidant attachment, emotional progress happens through safety, consistency, and boundaries, not pressure. Avoidant brains do not respond to emotional demands. They respond to predictability and non-invasive connection. But this only works if the avoidant individual is self-aware and willing to grow. If you're dealing with narcissistic patterns, the goal is different. Emotional stability comes from reducing engagement in cycles of validation seeking and control. You cannot heal someone who does not perceive a problem. In these cases, protecting your own emotional integrity becomes essential. Here's the deeper psychological truth. Your task is not to diagnose your partner. It's to understand how you are being shaped by the dynamic. Chronic emotional unavailability, regardless of its source, trains your brain to stay in a heightened state of anticipation and self-doubt. Over time, this erodes emotional regulation, self-esteem, and mental clarity. Real emotional control begins when you stop trying to decode another person's internal world and start stabilizing your own. When your nervous system feels safe, your thinking becomes clearer. When your thinking becomes clearer, your choices become stronger. And strong choices, not emotional reactions, are what lead to long-term psychological health and life success. You are not asking for too much. You are asking the wrong questions in the wrong emotional state. Calm awareness is the foundation of every healthy relationship, with others and with yourself. If you want to know more about human behavior, subscribe to Humalyst.